In news now from Guyana, the parliamentary opposition People's Progressive Party PPP is calling on the government to hold a press conference. Executive member of the PPP, Anil Nandlal, says it boggles his mind why President David Granger is the only head of state in the history of modern Guyana to have not called a press conference since taking office. Granger took over the realms of government following general elections in May 2015, and Mr. Nandlal asserts that he's yet to speak to the press.
President Granger has traveled to the Caribbean representing Guyana at the heads of government. He went to UNISOR, represented Guyana there. He went to the U.S., represented Guyana at a State Department meeting. And he has attended several international meetings and returned to Guyana without holding a press conference on any of the important issues that would have been raised at these international meetings and summits to which he has attended. That is not normal. Even the press in Guyana has been critical. Surprisingly, sections of the press that ordinarily would have been politically supportive of the David Granger administration have been very critical of his lack of engagement with the press.
Mr. Nandlal criticizes the decision of President Granger to remain mum on the border situation with Venezuela even as things escalate.
It is all the way at the level of the United Nations now, where the two leaders are seeking a resolution. And President Granger, up to now, has not sat down as president, as commander of the armed forces of Guyana, and explained to the nation what is going on. Our troops are on the border. Venezuelan troops are on the border. The commander-in-chief has not yet addressed the nation on this very, very fundamental question of our national sovereignty. So there are a multiplicity of issues that are of significant importance to the welfare of the people of Guyana, and the president has not spoken to the nation either in an address or giving the press the opportunity to ask him questions about many burning, outstanding issues.
Mr. Nandlal adds that the aura of silence that the president continues to maintain would not have happened under PPP leadership.
We have had a tradition over the last 22, 23 years while we were in government, whereby the president almost once a week or as soon as he returned from an important international engagement, would meet the press in a press conference and answer questions that the public would require information on. And that very important source of information being disseminated from the head of government itself is missing in this democratic structure that we supposed to have. And it is from that perspective that the PPP is demanding that the president hold press conferences and speak to the nation on a regular basis. Whenever the president speaks, he speaks to a singular reporter who works within his office. I presume that at the United Nations and whenever he goes overseas, he has to speak to press corps there. But it really, really boggles my mind why the president is not prepared or has not yet been prepared to engage the press in candid exchanges.